Hi, TIAGO from TVS Aquatics again. This is our part 2 just on skimmers. Just going to go through with you guys a little bit more on how they actually work. Okay, we've got 2 skimmers here. One's a Red Sea Max, one's a Skims. Like I said in the previous video, you can have different variations, but they basically will all work on the same principles. So, okay, first step, come up here. So you've got your water has to be fed to the skimmer. Basically imagine a hose plugged in here. So the water's coming into the skimmer, fills the skimmer, so it starts to fill up. You've got the main pump. This is the pump that actually churns the water. And also the bubbles that I was talking about, there's over here, there's an actual feed to the pump where you've got a hose. I'll actually show it on the Red Sea, so the hose is actually attached. You've got a hose that feeds into the actual pump, and up here it draws in oxygen. So basically that's how the air gets fed into your skimmers. A common mistake people make is a lot of the times on different model skimmers, this one not in particular, they have this under the water, which then causes the actual piping to get blocked up and draws in water. It doesn't actually work that way. That has to be out of the water so it can actually draw in air. So it draws in air, feeds it to the actual pump, which then causes all those hundreds of thousands of bubbles. Okay, go back to this one. So your water gets fed, the pump's actually churning, your air is actually getting fed into the pump, so then that's how you get all the bubbles. Okay, now tuning the actual skimmer. Your skimmer actually needs tuning. How you do that on most skimmers is by a tap. So basically that tap there, as you close it, it restricts the water coming out and returning back into normally a sump. So if you turn that tap off, so restricting the water coming out of the skimmer, the actual level of the water will rise. So you generally, most skimmers will work fully open, but some do require a little bit of tuning. So if you, generally I keep the water levels just under the neck here, and then therefore it foams and fills the cup. Yeah, so if you have that tap too closed, what happens is the water will actually raise and overflow, and you'll get the cup filling up with water, which is a big no-no. You can then get overfills as well, so you've got to watch that. So it's a fine tuning. When you are doing that, do it small step at a time. Don't close it off too much, because then it'll just overflow. So you want to be doing it very small stages and just seeing how your actual skimmer reacts. I'll just show you how the actual water level changes as you close the tap. So, okay, the skimmer's being fed, you've got the water coming out, returning into the sump. So now, what I do, if I actually close off the tap, so I will close it off a little bit. Right, just close it off a little bit. You'll actually start to see. See the water level, how it's actually raising? Now what happens, see it's gone all the way up, so I've turned it a fair bit. You can see it really coming out the top. Now if you close that off too much, it'll actually overflow and start to fill your cup. So you don't really want that. You want, basically, I keep this one fully open, that's how it works best. And it's just, roughly the water level's sitting just about there, and it skims really well. You can see the cup's been, it's full of protein and so forth, so it's working really well in the system. This skimmer's been running for about 3 weeks on this system, so it's really working well. Sometimes do need seeding. So they might take a couple of weeks to actually, for the plastic to react with the bubbles, so sometimes skimmers won't work straight away. So you've got to let them actually sit there and work for a couple of weeks. It can take anything up to 4 weeks generally. But most skimmers you'll find will work in the first few days. Remember too, installing a skimmer on a brand new tank, a lot of the times you won't have a lot of waste, so you're not going to get a lot of skimming happening, so be aware of that as well. The Red Sea one works pretty much the same way. air gets drawn in, your skimmer gets fed via this section here, so a pump fills up the skimmer through here, and your tap to control the return is there. So once again, you've got a tap that actually you can actually close off and restrict the water, raising the skimmer's level. And also too, you've generally got a little tap, one here or something like that, that you can actually restrict the bubbles. So you can actually control the amount of air coming into the skimmer, so you can tune it in that way too. So be patient with the skimmer as well. They're a great asset to a marine tank or a saltwater tank. Yeah, so have fun. See yous.